Hey, this is AJ with Blackhawk Bushcraft, bringing you a very quick review of the Condor Trivittata Puukko. And man, I have to say, when I saw this design, I was thinking this has to be one of the best designs Condor has put out. The creator of this knife, Goran Mihajlovic, I probably slaughtered that, but he's the same gentleman that designed the Tops Tanamboka Puukko as well. And man, what a nice little blade. Again, they're hard to come by, but I finally found a company that had a couple of these in stock and got one, and it's just the perfect designed Puukko in my opinion. The handle's super comfortable, micarta 1095 steel, which is a great steel. You know, a lot of people give Condor a bad rap for their knives. You'll find a lot of stuff out there where people complain that their steel was too soft or it rolled or this or that ever. And I do have to say, there's been some knives that I've purchased from Condor in their 1075, which I actually find to be a great steel, but where there have been some quality control issues in the past on things. But as far as this knife is concerned, I mean, yeah, the fit and finish isn't something that you're going to get like on a Bark River, but you're also not spending upwards of $230 to $250 on a knife. So with what Condor does and what they offer, I don't have any complaints as far as quality and value. And again, I haven't had any issues with steel rolling or it being too soft. I mean, 1095, they probably hardened this somewhere. I think the website where I bought this, Country Knife and Tool, advertised the HRC somewhere between 56 and 58. For Condor, it's probably more around 55 to 57 would be my guess. But again, I don't really care. Blade geometry and design, in my opinion, is far more important than the type of steel. You could have a great super steel knife with a really poor design that would render the knife pretty much non-functional. But anyways, this is the Condor Trivittata Puukko, and what I really like about this design, when I saw it, I was like, that's going to be a really exceptional bushcraft knife, because it has a constant sweep from starting with the grind here all the way up to the point, and that's what I really love about these types of knives, or Puukko knives that are designed with that type of an edge profile. And it's a zero ground Scandi edge as well, which did come very sharp out of the box, not shaving sharp, but just a few strokes on each side on my strop solved that problem. And this I've actually done some feather sticking with, haven't really retouched the edge, but man, it's just super sharp all the way down to the tip, which for feather sticking, that's, you know, to get those really fine curls, that's the tip that you want to use to get that. And I'll tell you what, man, that thing is just hair popping sharp now. So Condor did a great job with their Scandi grind on this knife. So for those of you that are familiar, I'd probably with like the Ron Garcías Skookum bush tool, this pretty much follows that design, or Rob Evans out of the UK with his MK1 and MK2 Tribute knives, same concept, just a very functional design for everything bushcraft. You could probably consider this maybe the poor man's version of the Skookum bush tool, in my opinion. To kind of give you an idea here. So here we've got one from American Knife Company. This is a 5-inch version of their Forester knife, and follows the same type of profile. The one thing that I find harder about this knife is just with it being 5 inches, and you know, the Condor I think is maybe 3.5. I haven't taken the specs on it, but probably 3.4, 3.5 inches. So a lot easier to manage than a bigger knife of that design, specifically if you're wanting to use the tip so that you're not having to like really, choke up, and sometimes it can get a little awkward where, for me, I find it easier to just rest this behind my knee and then do the draw method when I'm feather sticking. But with the Condor and a knife of this size, anywhere between 3 and 3.5 inches is pretty much perfect in my opinion. And again, right around $85 for this knife, and American Knife Company, I don't even believe is in business anymore. If you can find one of these forest knives, good luck. These are made by Bark River for American Knife Company, and they cost significantly more than what you get here, but no less functional here than here. This is A2 steel with a convex edge, and the reason why they convex that into a Scandivex is because A2 can be a little bit chippy in my experience. I don't mind A2 tool steel, but like my LT Wright knives and Bark Rivers and this one, depending on what you're doing and how fine that edge is, you can expect some microchips just using the steel, just because it is a little bit more brittle. You're not going to have that problem with 1095 at all. But you're also not going to have the edge retention of 1095 that you would with a tool steel. So there's trade-offs. Another quick design is the NKD Puukko design. Here, this is the NKD 95 with curly birch handle, reminiscent of a Mora. These come out of Finland, and so yeah, that's a great knife there too. The only thing that I do prefer with the Condor over the NKD is the constant sweep, starting here all the way up the belly, and that you somewhat get it, but you have a much more straight section here before you get into the belly of the blade. So my choice would be that. And then you've got another NKD. This is the Corpi 85. This is probably one of my favorite neck knives. And this has the constant sweep from the beginning of the grind all the way up to the point. And almost pretty much the same length of blade. I think this is 85 millimeter. So just shy of, what is that, 3.37, 3.4 inches maybe. So yeah, the Condor blade is a tad longer, but I don't find it any less effective and difficult to manage. But yeah, super comfortable knife. This one right here, this is made out of 14C28N stainless, and again, 1095. And then probably the knife closest is LT Wright Lagom. And again, constant sweep from the beginning of the grind all the way up to the tip. So Condor knew what they were doing. Goran Mihajlovic, I know I'm slaughtering his name, so sorry, Goran, but the creator of this design and owner of the property where Bushcraft Global does a lot of their stuff down in Colombia. So great knives, as you can tell. I just really love just the constant sweep. It just, man, there's just nothing better than that type of a profile, in my opinion, for Bushcraft. Others may disagree, but it works well for me. So anyways, again, Condor and LT Wright, you have to get these ones through Ben's Backwoods. In fact, I think they're doing a pre-order on these right now. This is in 01 tool steel, which is a great steel. I don't have any complaints with 01. The one thing that I will say about this is they're both 1/8 of an inch thick. LT Wright is known for just super, super sharp spines. This will strike a ferro rod like nobody's business. The Condor, it's going to need a little bit of work. I did try it on a ferro rod, and it's not very sharp at all. But that's an easy fix to get it sharp. But this right here too is a great knife, just because of the profile. So anyways, that's it. Condor Trivittata Puukko. If you can get your hands on one of these, I don't think that you're going to find a better knife as far as the profile and design for bushcraft work, for fine feather sticking and working wood. You can tell that this really follows The concept and the idea of the Skookum bush tool, which was designed by Garcías for, oh, I'm drawing a blank on the gentleman's name, Morse Kohansky, sorry, based on what he felt was the best profile knife for working wood. And Goran was onto something here. Again, I think this is probably, in my opinion, the best design the Condor has come out with thus far for a small Puukko knife. So Goran, well done, sir. Hopefully one day I'll be able to meet you, get down there in Colombia and spend some time down on your property with Bushcraft Global. So anyways, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And again, if you're looking for a great knife that's not going to set you back several hundred and is going to be an exceptional blade, give this Condor a try if you can get your hand on one of these. Thanks so much for watching.